if the peace barrier programme wasn't in place, we would have been in a much more dangerous place than we are now.
We used to wear infrareds, and I didn't know at the time, but when we started working in here, her mates as the people I used to ride against, so she would have been there, would have been red.
We would have been telling each other stories like about how we would have ratted against each other when we just met each other, and then we just met each other, oh my god, we were fighting against each other, like we clicked on, it was the same stories.
From the early stages, I believed in sort of robust consultation with the communities, with residents. We formed joint women's group, joint men's groups. We engaged with youth practitioners, and we engaged with a lot of youth projects. And we have young people now doing projects based on peace walls stuff.
I really thought that the end game was taking the walls down, because very obviously, ideally, we would not be living in a city with walls. Just saying we have a deadline and all walls need to be down by X date is not taking into consideration the fears and the anxieties of the residents at that interface and their everyday issues that are much more than security. It's about housing, it's about access to employment, it's about access to education, it's about mostly a sense of togetherness and inclusion. I think it defies a lot of media stereotypes about what cross-community work looks like at interfaces.
They need to work on building the relationships despite the walls. Develop the relationships, and the walls is the last thing you need to talk about. We'd like to get to a stage where the wall becomes irrelevant, and if it rotted and fell down, they wouldn't want it rebuilt. But that'll not be tomorrow. There's a lot of work still to be done. We've done a few surveys there over the years. We done one in 2016. We were the first peace barrier programme to do it. Talked about people in our community engaging with people from the PUL communities, we'd say in it. We had like 31% of people. When we done a second survey 3 years later, that number went up to 62. We know we were very important in that change of attitude, and we'd like to see if we'd done another survey that would even be better.
Older people would like to see them up, but they've obviously lived through the troubles, and they haven't seen what we've seen.
Now there's like a proper Catholic and Protestant mix now. Not even just that, there's like Muslims and
just multicultural.
When we were younger we thought that we were all against each other, but now we just think we're all normal.
We have engaged young people who were rioting at the interfaces, who were throwing bricks at each other, who have now joined programmes, who have then become friends, and who are now turned into young leaders. And this has been very, very positive. We're currently talking to some of them in the early stages to see what role they could play in future peace building. We have moved from 17 sites down to 6. We're working on 6 sites at the minute, and of them 6 sites we'll probably be moving fairly soon on another 3. Today there's men's sheds there along here. That couldn't have happened 10 years ago. That couldn't have happened 6 years ago. Today that's been there, it's never been one stone at it.